YouTube, welcome back to another episode here at Falcon Strike Games. Today's video is another monthly pickups video. It's for September. And I am missing some of the cards that I did order. They haven't come in the mail. I think I'm going to be getting it near the end of September, so I'm probably just going to throw that on October's video. I do have some goodies coming in for those ones, but until then, we'll look at what we have for today. So let's get started. So to start things off, and I did notice on my last video that I kept my sleeves on because I don't really like to take them out of the sleeves for the foils, but it does, make it very difficult to actually see. So I took everything off and I'll sleeve them back up after the video's done. So to start things off, I got more Blood Chief's Thirst. This time is the full, promo foil. And again, if you didn't watch the last video, all the pickups I do are foils. I don't collect non-foils. I just feel like the value of the foils they're just way more. I mean, I think I paid for these ones a few dollars more than the regular art foils. I think I paid like $2 or $3 for these, and these cards are just great. I already talked about it in my last video, but I did pick up the full arts or the promo pack ones. They're really good. If you can get them cheap, you should pick them up while you can. They're only going to go up, and I didn't mention that, when trying to effectively buy cards for long-term use, you really got to look at kind of two variables. One, is it cheap to cast? And two, is it just completely busted of a card, which another future card will make broken, which will also, raise the value for it. Next card I picked up was Hall of the Heliod's Generosity. I picked up the Retro Frame foil, which is from Modern Horizons 2. And this Retro Frame is only for Modern Horizons 2. And currently, I believe it's actually cheaper than the Modern Horizons 1 foil. And I'm assuming just because of the fact that, MH1 is just, out of print and I guess harder to find. I think that this retro foil will take over, though, at some point. And the card is actually pretty good. It's basically the white Academy Ruins for enchantments, right? As opposed to artifacts. So I think this card is great. I think I paid $11 each. This is all Canadian prices, by the way, guys. So I paid $11 each for those. And I think, I think that's a great pickup. You should pick them up while you can. Next is Soul Shatter, the full art foil. I grabbed these just because of, I'm grabbing them mainly because I am playing Standard. Do I think this is a card that's going to go up in value like crazy? No, I don't think so. It's not a long-term thing. It's more of just because, if I'm going to play Soul Shatter, I might as well get the sexy version full art foil for a couple dollars more than just the regular version. So, it's worth having. The art's awesome on it. And, that's just, it's just for Standard play. Nothing too fancy. Sorry, guys, for taking probably a little while to actually take the cards off, just because of the fact that I don't want to ruin them. I got one Fabled Passage, just because I bought. This is my third one, actually. I went to another local game store, and they ended up giving me another one after I purchased some things. So nothing really too new there. I picked up Brainstones, and in the Retro Frame foil version, I picked up 8 of them. And the reasoning behind this is because I actually did see another YouTuber actually pick this up. I forgot who it was. If I remember who it is, I'll mention it in the description. But I do think that this card is good. A lot of people saying it's a little bit too slow. You can't really draw anything until, basically turn 2. And, it is instant speed once you get it on the field. And the thing is, in Modern, there's Trinket Mage to pull this out. There's also Urza's Saga that you can pull this out. I think on the last Saga, you can actually grab this if you needed to, draw some cards or whatever the case may be. It's just an easy tool to, draw cards. And do you need to have multiple of these in a deck? Are there going to be multiple, I don't think there's going to be more than maybe 2 in a deck. Just because, there's so much great artifact recursion in decks that... I don't think you need to be running 4 of them. Do I think this card's going to go up? I do. This card, I think I bought them for $250 each, I believe. I think they were $250 each. which is super cheap in the retro frame foil version of it. And I think if you don't have these, this is something that you want to purchase and hold on to for a little while, because I think once Modern Horizons 2 is out of print, people might, you know, some future cards might come out to actually make this a little bit better. And yeah, you'll already have them, so you should pick them up while you can. Next card is Expressive Iteration foil. This is this is my last copy of it now, so I have 4 now. So I finally have a play set of these cards, and this is an amazing card. I mean, they're seeing Legacy play, Modern play, Standard play, probably Pioneer. I don't really know too much about Pioneer, but probably Pioneer. If you don't have a play set of these foil, pick them up ASAP. This card's only going to get better. Strixhaven's still in print and it's $10, and it's still $10 for an uncommon, foil uncommon. Actually, I think this is actually more. I think the regular is actually going for $10. So I think I got these a little bit. I think I bought these when they were actually cheaper, and I think these are moved up to now $13 or $14. But I might be mistaken. But yeah, pick these up while you can. They're super good. Obviously, they're, you know, one of the blue. They're one of basically a staple in Standard right now and in every other format, so you should grab them. Next is, I guess I can probably put these together. No, that's fine. So I got the full art, the dungeon module for the Cave Dragon and Den of the Bugbear. They're foil. Hard to see. The foiling's really subtle on these cards, but I did get them. I'm trying to get one of each, at least, of each attacking land. And I think the only one that I'm missing now is... actually, I think I only have 3. I think I have these 2 and Lair of the Hydra. So I'm missing one of each of the blue and black lands, which I'm going to try to pick up as soon as they come available. But yeah, I grabbed these just because I think these dungeon module cards are underappreciated. I think a lot of people are, you know, basically saying that Dungeons & Dragons set is pretty much garbage, but I think it's actually quite good. It actually given us a lot of tools to make some pretty good decks. And I think there's some cards that are just unappreciated, period, and I think these are one of them. Now, I do think that Cave of the Frost Dragon is the worst card of the man lands, but for whatever reason, I just grabbed one. At least one is nice. So I would try to pick these up if you can. I think they're going to go up in value, but if you can't grab those ones, you can always grab the regular art foil. So I do have a bunch of the Cave of the Frost Dragons. I have a bunch of the Lair of the Hydras. I'm going to see if I can fit this all in the same frame. So I have quite a few of them. And I have Hive of the Eye Tyrant. So I do have a bunch more here. So let's see if I can get this all in the frame. I think I should be able to. All right. There we go. So, why am I grabbing so many of these? This foil is actually quite... These ones are a lot darker than this one. This one doesn't even look like it's foil. That's weird. This one, odd. Anyway, these lands, again, the last time I saw good man lands, from what I can remember, was probably from the original Zendikar. Creeping Tar Pit and Celestial Colonnade. Like, I remember those guys were like highly used, and like I just remember using them. People wanted them. I know these ones probably aren't as good, but they have built-in like functions. Like, I guess so did the other man lands, but I just picked these up. They're cheap. They're $1.50 each or something like that. So why not just pick them up? If you don't need them, that's fine. Just let them sit for a while. I think they're going to go up in value eventually. Are they going to be like a $40 card? Probably not. But since I paid $1 for them, I think they'll probably reach around $10 at the very minimum. And then you can offload them if you want. But yeah, grab these while you can. Now, some of the cards that I pick up aren't really for investing, if you want to say that. They're mainly for, some of them are for Standard. Like in this case, they are for Standard. I'm going to be using these. I'm not going to be using my dungeon modules. Those are for more for the investing side. So some of the cards, like I said, you will see that are for actual Standard play, and other ones are for long-term holds. Next is Silver Quill Command Full Art Foil. I grabbed these again just because I'm going to be using these in Standard. So I decided to just spend the extra, dollar and just get the full art foil. Like, just why not? Why not just grab these guys? I mean, I think I paid $3 each for these, and the regular art foil was like $1.50. So I just paid double price, got the full arts. Yeah, nothing too crazy. I mean, again, this is standard play, not for investing, but just to throw on the channel and on this video. Now, this next card, I did see another YouTuber talk about it. Actually, I think it was the same guy who was talking about the Brainstones. So I picked up Resurgent Belief, and to be quite honest, I did look at these and I saw them and I said, you know what, these cards are actually very, very good. And there's a lot of enchantment recursion coming back. It kind of reminds me of like that Parallax Wave card that I pulled in my last video, where enchantments kind of matter. And these, I don't know if there's going to be some sort of weird control-ish type of enchantment deck going on. I know there's there's like the aggro decks with the enchantresses, and you draw a bunch of cards and play cheap enchantments. I mean, will this fit into that? Maybe, probably not. Lurrus is probably a better pick, but if there's some sort of like control-y type of enchantment deck, this is going to fit the bill perfectly. I did buy these in the retro frame art. Anything I can buy in retro frame, I'm a sucker for, and I will purchase, because this is, these cards are from a time when I used to start, like, when I was playing when I was a kid. So there's no way I'm going to be passing up on these guys in the retro frame foils. So that's another pickup that I have. Moving along. And yeah, for those cards, I think I paid a few dollars for them. I think it was like $2.50 maybe. Not very expensive. Next is just Ornithopter of Paradise. Nothing too exciting. I just grabbed them because of the old retro frame. I think the card is decent. I mean, it's 2 mana for a 0/2 flyer and add any color of mana. So that's pretty good for, I guess, obviously an artifact deck that you need the multiple colors for. I forgot what the game mechanic is for when you have different color. I think it's called Domain or something like that, when you can spend a mana of any color and you get like basic added benefits to it. This card fits the bill for that. I mean, if you have any sort of control build or anything like that, or even, robots. I know it's 2 mana. It's not as good as the actual Ornithopter because it's free, but sometimes you might need it, if you're adding a 2-color robot deck or something and you need some extra mana, who knows. But either way, I picked them up. Nothing too exciting. I think I paid 30 cents each for these or something like that, or like 50 cents. So I'm not too worried about it. This is basically a lot of my pickups. I'm buying them at the floor price. I mean, if they can't go any lower than I purchased them. I mean, I'm not buying cards that are like, $15, $20, $100, and then there's a chance for them to drop to 20 or whatever if they were a $100 card. I'm buying cards that are budget and that have room for growth. That's where I'm pretty much at when I purchase my singles for the most part. Next is Zuron Orb. I grabbed this in the, there was no retro frame, so I grabbed these foil. Again, nothing too exciting. These are just budget. I just grabbed them. I think they're great. It's a really good card. Having them foil, I think I paid like 25 cents each for these things. Like, the floor is like, it's here. Like, I'm at the floor. So this is as cheap as it's going to get. So if it goes up to even a few, even it goes up to $5 or something like that, I'm happy with. I don't know if it's seeing too much play, maybe like in a Life Alone deck or something like that, but still, I mean, maybe a good commander card or something like that. But I do like Zuron Orb, so I grabbed those. All right, next is Strike It Rich. I did pay a little bit more for this for the foil version. I think I paid around like $1.50 or something like that. Is this seeing play right now? I don't think so, but I think it has a lot of potential. I mean, for 1 red, you're creating a treasure, and then you get to flashback it later on for 3. And I think obviously an artifact build deck, and like I'm thinking more of modern. Obviously, it's not legal in standard, but I don't think it would see play in legacy either. So this is, I think, solely for modern. I think some sort of artifact deck must come up at some point to be a level, to be a top tier deck. And I think that this card might be part of it. It's even good for just mana fixing as well. I mean, for 1 red, you get to, add a color of any other color for the next turn or for that turn. So I think this is great. It's great for pumping up the cranial platings in robot decks if you're making it red and blue or red in another color or just mono red. The treasure tokens are great for that. So and it's just it ramps and it gives you another color that you might not have access to. So for $1.50 or whatever I said I paid for this, I can't remember. I think it was $1.50, $1.50. This is a pretty good buy. Was this the floor for the purchase? I don't know. I mean, maybe it goes down to 75 cents foil, but I mean, at that point, I really don't care. I didn't pay too much more than $1.50 for that. So next up is Goblin Engineer. I was just thinking along the lines of Strike It Rich with a artifact deck, and you can kind of, do some silly things with this. Is it great? I think I paid $4 each for this. Is this a great card? It's okay. I don't think it's being used right now, but as more and more artifacts come out, the one thing you got to know about Magic is that artifacts, since there's no color with an artifact, things may be broken later on. So like an artifact might come out that just makes this card completely broken, and then they just shoot up in value. So I did grab the retro frame foil. I think they were $4 each. This probably isn't the floor for these cards. They may go down to like $2, but again, I'm not too worried about losing like $8 for a card that has a lot of potential. So this is just another card that I picked up and just thought about, thinking about if it's going to be any good or not. I was tinkering around with this and thinking about using this with maybe like some like blue-red artifact deck, and you just kind of use the soul talismans and you kind of just throw them in the graveyard and then maybe get rid of a treasure and bring it back kind of on turn 3, kind of get it a little bit earlier. I don't know, maybe something cool like that. I'm not sure. Next, Generous Gift. I just grabbed the retro frame foils for two reasons. One, I love the art. I like the elephant. I think he's jokes. and I liked it because it's retro frame. And it's a callback to Beast Within from, I forgot what set it was. I forgot what set Beast Within is, but this is just basically the other, opposite side of the it's just a different color. Basically, Beast Within is a green, and this is a green card, and this is obviously white. So I picked it up. Beast Within, I think foil is like somewhere around like $15, $20. I did buy these for, I think, $2 or $3 each. Does it make a difference that it's in white? Maybe. I mean, white doesn't have too many destroy permanents, and like I know the opponent gets, or the controller gets, a 3/3 green elephant, but I mean, I think the upside to this is just, I think it's a lot better. I mean, 3 mana destroy anything and you get a 3/3, so you can use that as blocking if you destroy your own permanent, or you destroy their crazy creature that you can't deal with, or planeswalker, and they end up just getting a little 3/3 elephant token. I think that's a pretty good deal. So I think this is one of the ones that are like kind of like a long-term hold that might be going to like $20 at some point. So I grabbed a plate set of those. Next, I grab a Necromentia full art foil. It's basically just, I think I paid $2 or $3 for this card. There's only one of them. I think it is a great card, good for messing up control mages and getting their stuff out of their hands. Yes, there's a drawback for the black zombies, but that's fine. Not a big deal. Sometimes you don't even hit, sometimes they don't even have the other card in their hand, so it's not a big deal. Next, Test of Talents. Now, this is being used in standard right now, and I think this card has a lot of potential moving forward. This can basically stop like a storm deck in its tracks. I mean, if you think about it for modern, like if there's a storm deck, I don't even know if there's a storm deck right now, but for modern, but even for Legacy Storm, I mean, I know there's a lot better counter spells in Legacy, like for sure, but like this, if you are able to put one of these in your deck and you're going against like a Legacy Storm deck, you can just literally win the game by just getting rid of whatever it is. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if, since this is countered, will that storm effect work for every other one? I'm not sure. Maybe it is. Maybe this is not the right card for that, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I think that's why there's Flusterstorm, which actually counters every copy. So yeah, maybe I'm wrong. However, this isn't, first of all, this is a great standard card that's being used to, you know, stop Elrond's epiphanies and stuff like that. I think this does have some potential in modern, just to break up some combo pieces. Again, there's not really many, you know, combo decks right now. Maybe like a Living Dead deck or something like that, or sorry, Living End. Yeah, I mean, this can break up those types of combos. Not a Storm combo, but something like that, this can break up. And I decided to grab them foil. I mean, I think I paid 50 cents each for these, so it's not too bad if it doesn't really go up in value. I do think it's a good card, though. Something you might want to think about purchasing for your next buy from your local game store or online. The next cards are Soul Snare, and I bought these in the retro frame foil, of course. I just think that it's a good card. I think it's a really good card. I think it has, I know this isn't the first printing of it, but I think there's just a lot of uses for this card. I think it's really good. And it's only, you know, it's 1 mana and then 1 mana sacrifice. And like I said before about the Helios Generosity, that enchantments, there might be some sort of weird control enchantment deck going on. Maybe we're a few pieces away from actually pulling that through, but to be honest, like, again, I think I paid $1.50 for these each, so I'm not worried too much if they don't go up in value. I do think there's more upside to this than anything else. So yeah, I mean, this is a good card. You should pick it up while you can and while they're cheap. Retro frame, of course, only way to go. So we're nearing the end, and I think you already caught a glimpse of the next card. And that is Soul Talisman in the retro frame foil. This card is super cheap right now. I paid $4 each Canadian for these. A lot of people are like, well, it's to spend $3, you got to wait forever to get it out. If they, in the future, ever make anything to break this card, this is going to shoot up in value like crazy. Now, does that mean it's going to be a target for a banning? Could be. Very well could be. However, if they make a Cascade, like, put it this way, if they make a Cascade card that's like, that isn't, I think the cheapest Cascade card right now is 3 mana. So if they make a 2 mana Cascade or a 1 mana Cascade, something like kind of silly like that, you know that this card is going to be broken. They're going to be able to put this right into play. So something along those lines, somewhere maybe in the future. Right now, not a big deal. These are most likely going to be broken. I mean, if it doesn't, it is what it is. It's $4. It's a nice looking card. $4 each, retro frame, very cool. I am going to be picking up more of these since they're very cheap, because again, the potential of this card hitting like $50, $60, $100 is real, especially for modern. I mean, there isn't any artifact decks. Like, I had, besides robots, and robots got nuked. I forgot what happened now. I don't really remember. I haven't played Modern in a very long time, but Modern's not a top tier anymore. But maybe it's going to make a comeback. But this card has the potential to be broken. So I suggest you grab these while you can. They're only $4 Canadian, so it might be cheaper wherever you're from around the world. But yeah, definitely grab those for $4. And like I said, I will be grabbing more of these each month for my pickups. Just because I do want to have a nice collection of them. I think my next pickup will be the full art foils, but for now I'll keep grabbing. I'll probably grab full art foils for the next video, but I will go back to grabbing the retro frames. Next, Void Mirror retro frame. This card's pretty good. I mean, it's nothing like crazy. It's not going to be like I don't know, maybe it will be, but as what I can tell, I don't think it's going to be like $100 card or anything like that. I just grabbed it because it has some potential to be, used, and I think I paid $5 each or $4 each for these as well. Now, do I think this is as broken as Soul Talisman? No. I mean, I really do think Soul Talisman, if they do make the right card, that thing is going to be a beast. This, on the other hand, obviously a good sideboard card. So will this go up from $4 right now, or $3 or $4, whatever I paid for it? Yeah, I think I do. I think this is probably going to end up being around a $15 card. But again, when you're predicting cards, I mean, it really does, it really does matter what, what obviously what they're printing in the future, but you got to think beyond what's out right now. And who knows? I mean, if I don't know, maybe if robot decks are predominant again, maybe this is going to be good. I don't know. Maybe there's some other weird deck, or maybe with Tron or something like that. I have no idea, but I think it's a pretty good card. I think it has some potential to be pretty good. So next is Blizzard Brawl. I only grabbed one of them. It is foil, again, for standard play. Very hard to find these foil. Yeah, I just locally, face-to-face, dollies, 401 games, like no one had them in stock, so I just ended up grabbing one. All right, one of them had it. I can't remember which company had them, but which LGS had them, but I did pick up the one that was in stock, so grab those. That was for standard. I ended up picking up 3 full art Zerials, and this is also for standard. Zerial, I paid $20 a piece for those. Is it worth the $20? I don't know. I think it's going to go down, to be honest, but I just wanted it because I am using a deck that needs Zerial. So I just decided, you know what, might as well get the full art foils. It was $20. The non-foil regular art ones were, I think, $8. So I was like, you know what, I'll just pay, a little bit more and more than double, obviously, to get these ones. But the art is just amazing on this. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I decided just to pay the extra money, because the art is just incredible. So it looks really nice foil. That's one of the reasons why I picked them up. Do I recommend picking these up right now? No, I do not. I don't think they're going to go up. I think they're only going to go down, but I don't think they're going to go more than I don't think they're going to drop more than 15, probably go down to $15, to be honest. These I didn't purchase, actually. These were actually given to me at my pre-release. They're just Mind Stones. I think they're the WPN ones, the new ones. They're really nice. I do really like this art a lot. So nothing fancy, just Mind Stone. I don't even know if you can purchase those, but I just wanted to show them to you because I did grab them. And last but not least, well, here's just the foil island. I didn't pick this up. I actually ended up getting this in my pre-release kit, but I thought it was nice. Apparently there's something special about this island, more so than the other ones that are opened up from other people. I think there's some weird special pack or something, and there's a difference. I don't know what the difference is. One of the guys at the LGS were explaining it to me, but I couldn't really tell the difference, but apparently it's special. So anyway, and last but not least is Doomscar full art foil. I forgot to add a 4th one in when I made my order, so I don't have the 4th one in right now. But Doomscar, I think I paid $5 for these foil, $5 or $6. Again, standard staple pretty much for, board wipes. Do I think this is going to go up in value and going to be a, $100 card? Absolutely not. When I'm playing standard, I just want to play a little bit in style, if you know what I mean. I paid a few extra dollars more than the regular art. I mean, I think the regular art's $3, so I was like, why not just get the full art foil for, $6, $5 or $6? And that's pretty much it. So that is it for this video, guys. I know it's probably a little bit longer than my normal videos because I'm trying to shorten them down, but the pickup videos will always be a little bit longer. What I'm going to try to do going forward, and I've kind of already started doing it with these last 2 videos, and I'm trying to make it a little bit budget friendly for potential good cards for the future. And I think that's what I'm trying to do to help everyone out with their pickups. I don't want to be, everyone's out there, there's Rudy's of the world, and there's a bunch of other guys out there that are like, oh yeah, buy dual lands and Power 9 and all this crap. But let's be honest, a lot of people don't have the money for that. I mean, I certainly don't have the money to be buying Power 9 and duels and all that other stuff. So I'm just picking up cards that I think have potential value for the future. Cards that everyday guys, everyday people can just pick up for a few bucks here and there, and maybe they can flip them 5-6 years down the road and make a little bit of money. Do note that when you buy cards, and if you are flipping them in the future, if you do think they have potential value, buy more than one playset. I did learn this the hard way. I bought a lot of, I mean, only buy them if they are available. Obviously, if they're not available, then they're not available. But don't cheap out. Pay the extra like $5, $6, $7 for the second playset, because what's gonna happen is the card's gonna rise in value, and you're not gonna want to sell it. And you're gonna go, oh man, I wish I had extras to actually sell and make some profit back. Make the profit. And that's what I learned from the last time, because I quit Magic twice. I sold my collection twice, and as I was going through that, I was kind of like, if I just paid the extra, $6, $7 to buy the extra playset of, whatever card it was, or buy the extra not dual lands, but shock lands. Because when I was buying shock lands, they were like $8 each. Like, this is original Ravnica. Like, they were $8. And then went through, I know they're still not that much more expensive now for the most part, but at one point they were very expensive because they weren't reprinted. And I kind of said to myself, well, if I'm going to be buying cards again, let's buy 2 play sets, maybe 3 play sets of them if they're not too expensive. If there's something around $6, $7, $8, try to buy 2 play sets and just hold one and keep one for yourself, obviously. And do note that there's some things that you should be doing when you're buying your cards. Definitely buy double play sets, a couple play sets of cards, and try to buy foils that are cheap. As long as the art is the same, or is not the same, the original will hold value like crazy. So that's going to be a hit and a miss. I don't know. I don't have control over that, but that is the best way to make the best money on your cards for a cheap price. Buy them, get the original foils, and hopefully if they do reprint them, it's not the same art, because the original art will be the most sought after. So anyways, that is the end of this video. Thanks for coming by and watching this. My next video will be another unboxing. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. And I do have some other ideas in the works for content. Probably playing MTGA. I have some decks that are built on there that I'm fine tuning at the moment, and I'm trying to get them ready so that they're have a decent win rate. So anyways, until the next time, thanks for coming by, and I'll see you in the next one.